G'day, Clint here, and I'm here to share my story. And it's a long and interesting one. Well, I'm only 31, so I guess it's not as long as some. I was born and raised Sydney, little place south of Sydney called Engadine. Grew up there with my mum, my dad, and two brothers and a sister. I've got an older brother, then I've got myself, a younger brother and a younger sister, and really grew up in like a really loving family. You know, would spend a lot of time going down to Nan's during the week, on the weekends, spending time, really strong bonds with my siblings. My dad ended up leaving. My mum and dad split when I was about 12, and but I think from that, you know, you can look at it as in the negative, you know, parents splitting up, but really looking back on it, there's a lot of blessings within that. And you know, me and my brothers and my sisters were really close. Like, we live scattered all over the world, but when we get together, we're really close. We really respect each other, we really love each other, and we really have a good time together. So I guess, and that's how I live my life now, is like anything that looks like it was a negative or a challenging situation, and it was, and it is, and it can be, but I look back and I realize that there's a blessing within it, and it's all happened for a reason anyway, and it's helped me to grow into the man that I am today. So it's really powerful to look back and then be grateful for that, and the relationships that have stemmed from it. Yeah, so that was about 12. Throughout school, I was a genius, like really smart at school, but I really didn't like school and the stuff we were learning. So I actually dumbed myself down so I could just fool around in class and just hang out with my mates and have a good time, and really love school. Not the learning side of things, but your lunchtime and after school and jigging school and all that sort of stuff. But once I left school and you know, did the usual thing, got a job, got into what did I do? Had heaps of different jobs along the way. I've probably, in my life, I've really tried a million different things, a million different jobs. But my main sort of crux one that I started when I was sort of 18, I got into like freight forwarding, office job. And at the time I really loved it. It was really great, and you know, loved work, and it was more the company culture, I think, looking back, that I really loved. And it wasn't until I decided when I was 21, I said I want to go traveling. And we didn't do much traveling when I was young. We did a lot of traveling around Australia, but I was always fascinated with different cultures and different people, and I was always connecting with people from other countries, and you know, always fascinated by different accents and where people are from and finding out about them. So I was always very curious. So when I was 21, I was like, well, I'm going to go traveling. And it was a big party trip. You know, when you're 21, or when I was 21, all I wanted to do was just, you know, take heaps of drugs, sleep with heaps of women, and party the night away. You know, it's what I aspired to. So I was like, well, let's go to Europe. Let's do it over there. And it was a really crazy trip. So much fun. Really grateful for it all. But there was so many, like, when I look back, there was so much karma, because I was living this lifestyle where I wasn't happy. I was doing frivolous things. I was stealing. I was getting in a lot of fights. Had a lot of anger, and so I'd always attract similar situations when I was over there. I got robbed. I fell asleep, got robbed. Actually, I got robbed a few times. All these things, lost my passport, and all these things were happening to me. And now when I look back, as a result of the lifestyle that I was living. So anyway, it was really fun. Had a ball. Then came back, and as soon as I went back into my office job, I was like, I cannot be in here anymore. This place does my absolute head in. So moved from Sydney, met a girl over there, went all the way to London, met a girl from Brisbane, Australia, and went back, and we got a place together in Brisbane. So I moved up there, and I pushed from her, and really grateful for that, and got into personal training. Always loved health, although I was very unhealthy and abused my body with drugs. During the week, I would train hard, I'd run hard, I'd exercise very well, and I'd eat fairly clean for what I thought anyway. And so I got into personal training, and when I was doing this course, the personal training course was really, I was so nervous going there. Just like I was really nervous in social situations. I think that's why I used to drink a lot. I'd always drink before parties and whatnot, always to excess, to sort of feel comfortable within who I was. But when I went to this course, I remember just like literally having diarrhea because I was so fucking nervous of being in those situations where you have to actually speak out and put your hand up, and it's like an adult learning scenario. I'm not sure if you can relate to that. But so grateful for that, because what happened in that course is one of the course teachers, Benny Butler, always be grateful for this guy. He was really respectable dude, really funny, had his really head switched on, really focused, and he drilled it into me, and something clicked. You can have whatever life you want, as long as you're willing to put the work in to do it, and associate with the right people, and learn on how to do these things. So, you know, I started reading like Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Thinking Big. I'm not sure there's that. What else did I read? Like Rich Dad, Poor Dad books, all these personal development stuff. And my life just started to transform. I then got into my personal training business. It became quite successful quite quickly. I had a lot of clients. Started being really comfortable with talking to people, going to social scenarios. And I just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And then my focus, I realized the power of growth, like learning about yourself and self-discovery, personal development. And I realized how much it was changing my life. So I was like, I want more of this stuff. So I really basically devoted my life to that. And my life started to transform, started just having really strong connections with women, was learning about, you know, how to talk to people, how to communicate, how to pick up chicks. All that sort of stuff was really lacking in my life. So I put a lot of focus into that, and also business. So got this personal training studio, and I was doing all these things, but inside I wasn't happy. I had the outside stuff, like I was making good money, I had a business, you know, I had lots of friends, I had, you know, different girlfriends. It all seemed really cool, but there was something in my core that I wasn't truly happy, and I wasn't truly being myself now that I look back, although I thought I was. And it wasn't until I really discovered like spirituality that my life really started to shift. And had a pivotal moment with a good friend of mine, Margaret, and we did this thing called dream alchemy, and working with the subconscious mind through your dreams. And I just remember from then on, I was like, this really, I thought I'd really changed my life before, and I had, but this was the path that I wanted to go down. So I really started to look into spiritual teachings and reading books on that, attending seminars, workshops, doing a lot of healing, learning self-healing techniques, started to meditate, and started to really connect with Source. And I realized that there's a lot more to this world than it seems. There's a lot more that we can't see, we can't physically see with our eyes, but we can feel it, we can see it. The synchronistic events that happens in my life now, there's no doubt in my mind that there is a greater force out there. And when you can align with that and work with that, you can really start to transform your life. So something that I thought of today is really powerful. I was reversing the car out, and it was a cool bit of wisdom. And I'll see if I can remember it. And I was thinking about, like, I always used to compare my life to others. So I'd go to these workshops and see men and women and doing all these awesome things. And I used to get this like, and other friends, and they're making a lot of money, they're having success in business. And I sort of thought, I wish that could be me. And I'd be a little bit envious of them, a little bit jealous. And but now that what I've realized is, when you're on a mission, when you know exactly what you're doing, who you are and where you're going, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You know you're on path. You know you feel good. Things pop up. You feel really centered within. But it wasn't always like that. And a big thing for me, which really shifted me down that path, and it was only happened to me last year. I was still like in that learning. I was working for other people. I closed my personal training business, and sort of went back to working for other people. I didn't have that belief, that faith in myself, and really that 100% trust in the universe. But I did something, a series of events led me to realize that a life goal of mine was to go and live in Stockholm, Sweden. So it was only last year I decided that I was going to do that. I crashed my car. It was perfect how I crashed my car. And I just decided that I was going to go. And I literally had about $800 in my wallet, but by the time I was leaving. I planned to save all this money. It didn't really happen. So I had $800. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to be fine. Everyone's like, Clint, you're fucking crazy. But I knew in my heart that I had to do it. I had to do it. So I got on a plane, went over there, and it totally wasn't what I expected it to be. But on the same hand, it was everything. It was so much more than what I expected, and I gained so much wisdom from fully allowing myself to step out of my comfort zone, trust in my own inner wisdom, and just take that leap of faith and really honor what's in here, and just trust that I will be supported. And it was like it was like magic over there. Like I got over there, and in Stockholm there's this real shortage of housing. And you go over there and you tell people that you're from Australia and you're looking for a place to live, and they'd look at you like, yeah, good luck. Some people wait 3 months. There's so many people living with their parents. It's like sublease to sublease to sublease to sublease on apartments. It's ridiculous. But I just knew in my heart, I was like, the right place will turn up. I had this belief, and people were like, you're crazy. And I went, well, let's see. And I was only there for about 10 days, and someone said to me, would you live on a boat? Because I just kept asking. And with no judgment of where it's going to be, and I went, fuck, that'll be cool, boat, okay. And ended up on this boat in Stockholm Harbour, and it's the river city. It's like what do they call it, the Venice of the North. So I was literally, and I said to myself, I'd love to live on the water over there, and I was literally right on the fucking water on this boat. And it sounds really cool, but it was actually this dingy old boat, living with this guy Pio, who was this crazy Greek guy, and absolutely nuts. But it was such an experience. I learned so much about myself. I learned Swedish, not fluent, but jag pratar lite. I could speak a little bit. So that was a tick off the box. But coming there, it was like the last 2 nights that I was there, I received this like vision, and it was something that was, and I knew when I was going to Sweden there was a reason, but I had no attachment to what it was, and it was this. I fully allowed to trust myself, and I received this vision, this business structure, and it's like a blueprint of how we can create better systems and structures on earth. And it was just, I was so grateful at the time. I was actually crying, going, I cannot believe this. This is so doable. I can really see this so clearly. And there was a few people there with me, and it was like it just snapped into my consciousness. It was really trippy. And yeah, so that was the gift of really allowing and trusting your own guidance, and trusting the universe that you will be supported in whatever action that you take, if it's aligned with your path. And you just know, you have this knowing inside of you. So if you have this calling to go live overseas, to go do something amazing, go learn a new language, start a business, it's there. Everyone has that voice inside. And if it's there, then act on it. You know, take an action step for you to achieve that. The payoff is miraculous things start to unfold. And a big thing for me, I came back and was sharing this vision, and since then, just people, places, fully supported with money, and I've attracted this beautiful woman into my life. It was a I won't go into details, but we had this rocky road and this soulmate type connection, and doing that work on myself and really discovering about myself and letting go of those layers, allowing myself to love. I realized that, you know, I was gallivanting around the world looking for the love of my life when she was right here at home. So got this beautiful relationship now, really special. And I just keep taking the steps, working towards that vision. And what was the thing? I think I drifted off there, but no, I said that point that I wanted to make before. So, and that basically brings me to where I am today. And it comes and goes. I'm not always 100% on path, feeling great. There's days where I feel like, even today, like I woke up and I got up and I was like, I got to go back to bed. I was so tired, and so I just went and had a half an hour nap. But I've created a lifestyle that allows me to do that. I'm not stuck in some job where I'm not allowed to go do that. So I'm really grateful for that. You know, I'm not a millionaire yet, working on that. But I've realized that whatever you want to create, you can create that just by becoming the person that you need to be, that plays on that level. And once you start associating with people on the level that you desire to live, you start doing those same sort of actions. You start being that sort of person, and you start doing the things and feeling and being as if you already are living there, because literally you create your own reality. So that's me in a nutshell. That's Clint Morgan. That's who I am. Really grateful for being here. Really grateful for my path. Really grateful for my friends and family and loved ones, my pets, and really grateful for the world that we live in, because it's a really fucking awesome opportunity that we're all chosen to be here right now as a collective and as people out there. If you're watching this and you feel inspired to do something, then do it. If you've got the will, if you've got the inspiration in there, then you've got the ability to go do it. The universe wouldn't gift you with a vision if you didn't have the strength and courage to follow through and actually achieve it. So if you've got that calling in your heart, do something, step out, reach out, start associating with people that are living their life, dream life, are doing those things. And as if like magic, it'll start appearing before your eyes. But you do need to do the work, do the inner work, find out who you are, learn about yourself, know yourself, love yourself, be yourself. The more you understand yourself and who you are, you don't keep comparing yourself to others, you feel comfortable within your own skin, you love yourself, you appreciate every part of yourself, and realize that you're not a genius at everything. There's other stuff that's why we work so good as teams. Love yourself, meditate, pray, eat good foods, eat organic, stop eating meats, fats, all those junk foods, which we know we shouldn't be eating. If it doesn't feel right when you're eating it, don't do it. And be yourself. Just show up as you are. Don't try to be different. Know that you already are different and honor that. Yeah, that's my message. Thanks for listening in. If you want to reach out, connect with me on Facebook, Clint Morgan. You can check out my blog, www.clint-morgan.com. You can find out more about me there, or just connect on Facebook. All right, guys, love yous. Keep rocking it. Create a new world.